guys, this is going to be a follow-up video to my video yesterday about the fake pastor, Raphael Warnock, Democrat Socialist of Georgia, because, his church is doing pretty well. They have a lot of money. Raphael Warnock's made some $120,000 in salary from the church and over $7,400 in housing allowance every single month on top of his Senate salary as well. Also, he had a book deal as well. This man is sitting pretty fat. But however, him and his church tried to evict tenants because they really couldn't afford the rent. They were trying to evict people for as little as $28 in back rent. In your dishonest media, they have not covered this. Now, before I shot this video, folks, I did a sweep of Google. And guess what, folks? All it is bashing Herschel Walker. That's it. Nothing bad about Raphael Warnock. Nothing. ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, nothing about that. And that's pretty sad, guys. But Herschel Walker now has come out and he has slammed Raphael Warnock. And guess what, folks? He's stepping up to the plate. Over here on Breitbart, Herschel Walker pledges to pay past due rents to stop, quote, Reverend, and I'll use that very, very lightly, Warnock from evicting church's tenants. This is very, very unchristian by Raphael Warnock and his church. It says here, Republican Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker on Tuesday pledged to pay past due rents to stop Reverend Warnock from evicting tenants who live in a building his church owns in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I mentioned in my video yesterday, folks, that this building that's actually owned by the church, the tenants there are poor people and people with, I believe, mental health problems, if I'm not mistaken. These people are essentially homeless. And Warnock and his church try to evict these people. It says here, following Monday's revelations that Senator Raphael Warnock and his church had tried to evict at least 8 tenants for late rent due during the pandemic, Walker announced he would help the tenants and pay overdue rent. Quote, I've never known a preacher that likes abortion even after birth, won't pay his child support, and evicts poor people to the street, said Herschel Walker in a press release. I will personally pay the $4,900 in past due rents listed in this article to keep Reverend Warnock from evicting these people. A grand total of $4,900 when he's sitting pretty fat. His church has assets of something like $1.2 million. They want to evict poor people off streets. That is not Christian whatsoever. And of course, Raphael Warnock is perfectly okay with abortion. This man is a fake pastor. If you actually attend Warnock's church, I highly recommend that you actually find another church. It says here, Warnock's church, Ebenezer Baptist Church, of which he is still a pastor, reportedly tried to evict tenants for as little as $28.55 in overdue rent during the pandemic. Warnock's pastoral salary in 2021 was $120,000, along with a $7,417 monthly housing allowance on top of his Senate salary. This is just unbelievable. And the National Republican Senatorial Committee spokesman T.W. Arigi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, said in a statement that Warnock, quote, has more than a little explaining to do about his church's landlord policies. And this is what he says. While he collects nearly $90,000, almost 2.5 times the median income in Atlanta, from his church as a housing allowance. That's just the housing part, folks. He was serving eviction notices in the middle of the pandemic for $28 worth of unpaid rent. This should deeply unsettle Georgia voters, not just a sign of blatant hypocrisy, but of unjust cruelty from a wealthy man of his stature. Yeah, this is pretty despicable right here, folks. Pretty despicable right here. That Raphael Warnock and his church actually did that. Now, my question to you black people out there, when you go out there and cast your vote for essentially people that are destroying your lives, Democrats. You know, Raphael Warnock, he actually bats Beijing Biden. When inflation is out of control, gas prices are getting super high again. But you poor people in Georgia are still going to go out there and cast your votes for Democrats. Or you. Sit back and think about this. Why would you actually cast your ballot for people that are full of hypocrisy? These people are supposed to be, oh, we're for the poor people and everything. No, Raphael Warnock tried to evict poor people. This is just wrong. This is completely wrong. You people that vote Democrat, man, you people better wake up and really, really think back and prioritize your vote. Your vote is so, so important. I know a lot of people out there think, yeah, my vote doesn't really count. Well, if you're saying that, and then another person is saying that, and then another, and another, and another, then yeah, you're kind of, it's kind of bad for you right there if more people actually think that same way. If that kind of spreads around. No, your vote is very, very important. Stop voting against your own interests. Don't do it. I mean, Raphael Warnock is not a true Christian. This man is pro-abortion. And when you're pro-abortion, you're not a true Christian. And this man is collecting a lot of money and actually out there preaching that abortion is okay. I got a major problem with that. Now, when it comes to his salary, I don't have a problem with the man getting a salary. I really, really don't. But I don't like the hypocrisy. I really, really do despise the hypocrisy here. Raphael Warnock is getting paid a lot of money from that church, but yet his church is evicting poor people. That is the problem that I have with here. But Herschel Walker is going to step up to the plate. And guess what, folks? Your mainstream media will not cover this whatsoever. They will not say, hey, Herschel Walker is doing a great gesture here. He's going to pay the $4,900 in back rent to help out the poor people. No, they're not going to say this. They're actually going to shield for Raphael Warnock. You cannot find a bad word about Raphael Warnock out there from NBC, ABC, CBS, or CNN. You cannot. But if you go out there and Google Herschel Walker, you're not going to find this story. You're not. The only place I found it really is right here on Breitbart and Fox News. That was it. Mainstream media, nah, we're good. We can't give Herschel Walker any good credit whatsoever. We're too busy actually trying to bash him. When Raphael Warnock out there allegedly doesn't pay child support to his ex-wife, tried to run her over with a car. The mainstream media, nowhere to be found. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.